Hey guys, Twilight Gap 2010, and here I am back with part 3 of the Splatoon Inkling Boy Roller Challenges. So, like I did in the last video, this month covered all of May, so now it's time to cover all of June. Where should I start with June? Actually, technically, I need to start from like April with this one, because this is kind of a long... It's not a long story, but it's more like a long dilemma, I guess. Pretty much. I don't really post a lot of stuff on Twitter about, like, personal, family-related stuff too much. Well, to be honest, I don't really post much on Twitter in general, so no one outside of my family really knows. But pretty much, going. My grandfather, who's, like, now in his 80s, has been in and out of the hospital. Oh god, I didn't see that guy. Has been in and out of the hospital for about now 2.5 months. Now he's in a rehabilitation home. Pretty much, for what he said, he was trying to eat. He couldn't eat. He lost... I think he said within like a month and a half, 2 months, he lost like 60 pounds just because he couldn't eat. And it's not because he couldn't eat. When he would try to eat, he wouldn't actually be able to hold the food down. He would just throw it up, and he didn't exactly know why. And apparently, the not being able to hold food thing got so bad to where he pretty much ended up going, He pretty much ended up being sent to the emergency room. Because he was so weak to where he couldn't even move. He tried to eat, he couldn't eat. Every time he tried to eat, he would end up throwing it up instead. Pretty much, because he has a really tiny house. Essentially an old school, like, very tiny, crunchy house. Because he literally lives out next to farmlands. So pretty much, he couldn't eat. All he did was sleep. He couldn't really exercise, he couldn't move around, he couldn't do anything. And that's why he ended up being sent to the hospital. Crap, I'm bad for Zika. Actually, I'll use the second one anyway. Hey, I got the last shot off. Sweet. But yeah, but he pretty much couldn't do anything. And so, and what makes it worse is that he is also type 2 diabetic. So, yeah, you know, being able to eat is kind of important. So here he is, like, being in and out of the hospital. Whenever he looked like his health was better, they would let him go, and then he would just revert back. He wouldn't be able to eat or nothing. So, like I said, being in and out of the hospital. And I think, when was it when things started to go bad? Because at one point we actually visited him one of the times that he was in the hospital. And, you know, he seemed to be, you know, talking and getting better. Feeling. Because the thing about him was that he was, like, despite the fact that he was, you know, not being able to eat and stuff, he was at least still able to talk. And there was at one point when my dad was talking to him on the phone, because my dad would check up on him, like, 2 or 3 times a week. You know, like, directly call his hospital room. And there was, like, one time... Stop it. That happened where he was, like... He couldn't really understand him. I don't know if he... My dad was like, yeah, I don't know what's wrong with your grandfather, but he was like... He couldn't really talk, or I don't know if I just woke him up, or he couldn't really talk or anything. I didn't really know. So... Oh. So that was something that happened. Ow. So when that happened, we were kind of like, you know, what the heck? Not what the heck do we do? More like, you know, what the heck is wrong with him? Blah, 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 blah. Me being worried as heck, thinking that the worst was going to happen. So I had to tell that to my managers, kind of keep them updated to make sure everything's okay. So I was very, very stressed out to the point where I actually didn't play any games for a while. Like, at all. I didn't even touch Pokemon. Actually, I still haven't touched Pokemon in a while. I kind of need to. I haven't touched Pokemon. I haven't touched Zelda. Because I had Breath of the Wild. I didn't actually touch that until the DLC came out. So I started playing that again yesterday for a little bit. And I kind of just stopped playing games for a while because I was way too worried about my grandfather to be worried about grandfather and work to be worried about anything else. Yep. There we go. So, ow. Oh, I forgot one of you guys over here. Oh. There's a wall over here, right? Okay. Get up the wall. Alright. Too worried about my grandfather to worry about anything else, and blah 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 blah. Have you not stopped? Stop it. I said stop. Oh my god. Have you not stopped? There we go. To the point where I couldn't worry about anything else, and the stress got to me really bad. Stop it. And I just found out the other day, you know, I just got off work from doing a double. I was working open to close that day. And it's like, hey, because, well, at one point my grandfather was like, hey, you don't have, or my dad was asking my grandfather, hey, since you can't hold down any food, you don't have like any ulcers or anything like that, do you? Or you just, you know, it just prevents you from holding food down. He's like, my grandfather's like, no, not that I know of or anything like that. Oh, armor. And then when I get home from work, you know, being tired, working open to close 11 to 11, I found out that, oh, it's not confirmed yet, but there's a chance that your grandfather might have cancer. Great. So, not only is my grandfather, not only is my grandfather like in his 80s, there's now a chance that he could actually have cancer. Ow. So, if that's the case, then the odds of him, you know... Dang it. Did he not die? There we go. So now it's like... It just sucks. That's just the best way to put it. It just sucks. So... I'm kind of just keeping myself sane without trying to go insane worrying about family stuff. Because there's really not... Wait, is this the first Florida one? Yes, the first Florida one, okay. Because I would have been... I mean, I'm still trying to, you know, keep it all together. But... Whew. Sarah? Yeah, there's a key over here. Hey, you didn't see me. So here I am, just kind of... After a while, it's kind of like, you know what? No, I need to start playing games again. Because really, the only way for me to be able to, you know, get myself back to normal. So, what I decided to do was just start playing Splatoon again. Because it's starting to get closer to the release day of Splatoon 2. And there's a goal that I had for myself for the first Splatoon that I haven't even done yet. And pretty much the goal from Splatoon 1 is to hit S+ before Splatoon 2 comes out. And now I have only like 17 days to do it. I have to do it in 17 days or less. And currently at the moment I'm like, I don't want to play ranked, but I still want to keep my reflexes up when playing, so that way I don't end up getting rusty again. Because pretty much when I was going through all that family drama plus work and all that stuff, I pretty much just stopped playing, and I stopped playing for like 2 or 3 months, which is pretty much May until now. So I was like, you know what? Okay, let's just finally get back into playing Splatoon. So that way, it'll help me kind of relax. I can get my reflexes. I'll get myself prepped up for Splatoon 2. And then I'll pretty much be good to go. So that's pretty much, that's pretty much the second part of the third part of the crazy stories I have to tell. So till then, how about we just casually, oh yeah, I forgot there's a fan. So we're just going casually, go through all this, and then we'll be done with the world. Because to be honest, I'm not even talking about the levels themselves, I'm kind of just rambling about life. How big is this one again? Turn my map. Oh, I'm gonna miss the map on the bottom gamepad. There's the tiny guy. He's coming up. He's circling around the middle, isn't he? Ooh, this is gonna be a weird one time. He's circling around those two? Sorry, if it looks like I'm looking around, I'm actually looking around on my gamepad at the moment. So I can figure out what the enemy I need to kill is that has the key, which he is right over here. So if I do this right, I should be able to... Bye! And I can beeline straight for the exit. Sweet. So my timing worked out. Boop de boop de boop de boop de boop. I do like this view though. Just look how pretty this view is. It's kind of weird though. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, how Inklings kind of just... How Inklings like live on the outside world pretty much. But then the Octarians live in... I don't know. I don't know if I can describe it as alternate universes, but they live in tea kettles. I kind of wonder how those houses work. How, like, the whole tea kettles and crap work. I really do. I don't know. It might be actually explained in the story mode Secret Scrolls. Let me cover up a little bit of this before this battle starts. Okay, that should be enough. For Mr. Fortress over here. Fortress! What's up, Mr. Fortress? It's been a while. Hi. Cover just a little bit more over here just in case we veers off course. Yep, that should do it. Come on. About to say, if that wasn't enough to stop you, I don't know what would have been. Okay, here's version 2. It kind of sucks though that my original recording session for this was just corrupted. This might be just enough. It should be enough. Yes. Hey, there we go. It does really make me sad that it was corrupted, and I pretty much have to do all this all over again. But at least I remember what I get for this mission. Come this way. This specific angle. That should do it. Yep. Alright. Done. Yep. Boom. Now the other issue is I have at the moment is that I want to play the 10 p.m. rotation. Because the 10 p.m. rotation today is Splat Zones, Walleye, Blackbelly. Hopefully I'll be able to play it. Alright. Alright, next is part 4 of the challenges, aka work-related stuff, I guess. Work-related stuff slash the crazy incident that happened a few days ago. Day before yesterday. So, as always, I'll see you guys next time. Twilight Gap 2010, out.